Venus beings, inner voice. Greetings, beloved beings of light and love. Upon the earth, we are the Venus beings. We are a collective of beings in existence upon Venus. We hold the vibration of love. Our focus, our purpose, is dedicated to the love of the Creator. We wish to ignite this love within all beings, and remind all beings how they are an embodiment of love. Today we come forth to speak with you about your inner voice. We first wish to say that the entire universe of the Creator is a conversation, a communication. Every being, every existence, every soul is in conversation and communication with themselves, with each other, in fact, with the entire universe of the Creator. As you exist in your physical body, we, the Venus beings, invite you to imagine that all aspects of your being are in conversation and are communicating with each other. We also wish for you to be aware that all aspects of your being are in conversation and communication with every being upon the earth and the inner planes, and that every being upon the earth and the inner planes is also in communication and conversation with you. Imagine for a moment, if you could hear this conversation, it would be like a very loud chattering noise, a noise maybe that you would not be able to understand or distinguish. It might sound all jumbled. Now imagine that this noise is actually silence, and all the conversations and communications are experienced to you as silence, as peace, because it is natural for all aspects of your being to be in conversation and communication. You are connected to all aspects of your being, and all beings. It is a flow of Creator energy that empowers and energizes your being. It allows you to be connected, to gain, to receive and to share all that is needed. When you connect into that peace, which is in fact the communication of yourself and all beings, you can access different channels of communication. For example, you might be able to access a part of your physical body speaking to you, or maybe your heart connecting with the heart chakra of a being on the inner planes. There are so many voices, so many communications and conversations that you can connect with, that you can listen to. You might not be able to experience them as a vocal conversation, but you may be able to experience a sound, a sensation, a frequency, or a feeling. Or maybe something else. You have access to information, knowledge, and wisdom that is present within you and the entire universe of the Creator. There is simply a need for you to tune into it, to align with it. With such a wealth of knowledge and wisdom of flow and conversation, it can be challenging to understand where to align. That which is needed for your existence, for your spiritual growth, and to serve you, always comes to the forefront to be observed by you. Often when you're searching for something, and are unable to find it, it is not exactly what is needed for you. The universe of the Creator isn't tricky. It doesn't create obstacles. It is often the mind and the desires, thinking that you need something, when maybe the alignment is slightly off and there is something greater that would be of more service to you. Once you align with that, it offers a greater service to you, and it comes very easily. Your inner voice is actually made up of so many voices, in actual fact, the entire universe of the Creator. So how do you know when you're following the most appropriate inner voice for you, and what is your true essence in a voice? You can ask to connect with different aspects of your being, like tuning into a channel. You can ask to experience the voice, the inner voice of your essence, or your original spark for this reality. You can ask to tune into or align with your soul/your soul group/the Creator within you. As you experiment with this, you will notice the voice with which you feel most comfortable, the one that fulfills you, and that will be the most perfect alignment for you. It will be like fine-tuning a radio station, because essentially, the voice of your soul group, and Creator may be the same. They may offer the same wisdom, the same vibrations, the same understanding and guidance. As you fine-tune, you'll gain the most appropriate vibration that serves you physically/emotionally/mentally and spiritually, one that inspires you and brings healing and knowingness. There isn't a wrong voice within your being, because every communication, whether it's a part of your body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, each has something valuable of which to make you aware, maybe to transform, maybe to embody. When you close your eyes and focus within, and allow yourself to access a peace, breathing that energy of peace in and out through your being, you know you're connecting to the stream of your inner voice that is so colorful, so abundant, so wise, and so connected to the entire universe of the Creator. You also realize that you have tremendous support, and that you are never alone, that the answers you require are always within you, and that all of your being, and this conversation and communication that you experience, it is for you to support, to love, and to nurture you. It is time to explore this, awakening this vibrant and abundant truth within your being. We are the Venus beings. We love you, and we thank you. Transcendental love. With the accelerated ascension, a lot of the old energy centers and stuck energies, even in the astral planes, are being cleared. I have done a lot of energy clearing work since 2009, and what struck me the most and truly touched my heart and soul was clearing of half-man/half-beast, which were created in Atlantis, and even before Atlantis. They were the most tragic of all to clear, for they were not animal, nor were they human. Some were monsters beyond description. This was such a dark phase in what science can do, when they try to go against divine universal laws, and create pain and suffering. Yet, there is so much more, as the sacral chakra of the earth, and in all of humanity, is undergoing a huge clearing now, for all the trauma and pain associated with sexual abuse, with family relationships, slavery, etc. is being cleared, even from the astral planes. In my soul readings, it often comes to the fore within the family relationships, and that of couples, that in other lifetimes they often incarnated into families, where brother and sister, father and daughter, etc. were married to each other, especially in the Egyptian royal family. Often, these relationships will carry over within the family milieu, or even when these souls meet, and are not related. This often leads to what we label incest, but in truth the souls had carried over the relationships in this lifetime. To me, this indicates the intricacies of all relationships we ever created and miscreated as a collective, and add to this, forced marriages, trophy wives, enslavement, and all abuse associated with the sexual areas and the greater relationships. This all now is healing at the deepest levels, and needs to be healed and released now, in the deepest ways. This includes mental and other abuse. We are now in accelerated ascension. This means, as the old earth and the old structures and forms are now disintegrating, the stuck souls being released as well, and all the trauma and pain which is embedded energetically in places, in the collective and often stuck in the ground, it is a deepening of the cleansing and clearing of all realms, as said the astral included. The good news is that our deepest needs and fears and hang-ups are now being healed as well, especially in the sexual areas. We are transcending all the old lower bodies, and indeed all which has kept us stuck in the third-dimensional state. It is the healing of the deepest traumas of the past, and more than this, so often deeply buried in the human psyche. Transcendent love is just that. It brings the balance between the masculine and feminine, as we move, and more towards androgyny. This is the new way, where the deep connection is soul to soul, and indeed, is deeply spiritual, transcendent, and where the merging is soul with soul, transcending the physical. It will be the return eventually, that partners will only emerge physically and sexually, when they wish to co-create. It will bring a deep union which is eternal and transcendental, and the ultimate love, which is steeped in total trust and respect, and unconditional love. In this moment, so many still need to bring the sacral areas within themselves into the deepest healing. And letting the trauma of the past, and even this incarnation, finally go, through forgiveness, and letting go of all shame, blame, and guilt, self, and others. All this leads back to the self, for indeed it means healing the inner child, and finally loving oneself into the deepest shadows, and the highest light, and embracing wholeness and oneness within. In truth, you can only love another to the extent that you love yourself. To me, this is the return to the heart of love, to the ultimate love which our souls have always deeply yearned for since we were born, and now finally ours, as we step fully into the new earth. Transcendental love is the norm in the new golden age. The Archangels, you are important in the end, everything will turn out well, everything will return to divine order, and everything that works against it will be removed. But when is the end? The end will come when you least expect it. When gray clouds of ignorance spread to completely cloud the minds of men, then God intervenes fatefully, and for the last time the wheat is separated from the chaff. Until then, you will go through the great training of working through your fears. Day by day and step by step, you will be thrown back on yourself, and your external appearances will be a reflection of the person you were, and will be in the future. Fears, lies, and fantasies will accompany you, as will sublime emotions and light-filled thoughts. On all paths, you will encounter the light in the darkness, an outside full of false images and people who wander around in a flickering light, and don't know why. Despite the peace within you, the chaos takes on unimaginable proportions, and very often you are faced with the question, how should we carry on when nothing works anymore? A loved person. All of this serves you to achieve your mastery on this level of being, on this level of creation. All of these situations serve you to transform your fears into positive action, and to become master of them. The world will continue to exist and will not perish, and man will rise above this time. You yourself will rise, you yourself will free yourself, you yourself will breathe life into yourself. Every external event serves you to look deeper into yourself and to turn the inside out with all your love. You do not know what lies ahead, and you have no conscious knowledge of God's plan. Yet you have the prenatal memory of why you are here today, and what brought you to this time on earth. Your otherness, you know you are right, you know you are important, you know you are blessed for being and honored for doing. Even if you lack the memory for details, deep within you there is the certainty that everything is based on a higher plan, and a deeper meaning. Today you observe yourself in the midst of life, and striving for peace, unity, and love. Today you are fulfilling your missions on earth, and going far beyond your previous limits. You have awakened, and are contributing to the awakening of humanity. You have found yourself, and are setting an example that is vital for your fellow human beings. You are the light warrior, the light being, the light person, who moves forward, wordlessly or wordlessly, to provide all those in need with wisdom and love. You are different from many of your fellow human beings, because you have worked through your fear issues to a high degree, and because the system can no longer get you down. You are different, and are perceived as such. This can pose a risk in dark times. However, as soon as the dark veils are lifted, your being different is life insurance for those people who have completely lost their bearings. The need is growing. Now you are seen by more and more people, and needed by more and more people. The need is increasing, because more and more people don't know what to do. While you distill the light inherent in external events, others are broken by them. While you realize that you are masters, others feel more powerless than ever. While you have aligned everything with God, for others God is the greatest illusion. While you have trained your consciousness in past lives and years, and opened your mind to the divine, many are plagued by inner uncertainty. While you have done inner healing work, and have increasingly freed yourself from your fears, those around you are often flooded with fear. For those in need, you are the lighthouse, and you are the anchor. Now it is important to deal with it correctly. You help most effectively where you clearly recognize a task. You can help best when you remain separate yourself. You truly help those who can accept your help with open hearts. Don't squander pearls, don't give away treasures, don't waste your life energy where the soil is not loosened and ready for seed. But people are waiting for you, and there are more and more of them. Know your place and live your purpose, because your fears no longer belong to you with God. In infinite love, the Archangels. sorceryofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.